What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, and we bring you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream over on Twitch at This Is Aftersound. So come by, say hello, and we do giveaways every stream. We do giveaways every week here on the YouTube channel, and yeah, awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the topic for today. Now, I'm in silver, and I'm planning to stay in silver for a bit. For the foreseeable future. I don't think I'm going to drop down to bronze, which was what I had thought about doing this season, after last season in silver, and I don't think I'll be up in gold anytime. But I want to talk about specifically bronze and what I might be doing with the budget grind account, which is going to be in bronze for the foreseeable future. So this kind of goes, tandem or hand in hand with the strategy that I've had, which is just maxing out or at least leveling up all of the new Chaos Legion rewards cards that are coming out, right? So, and we even see, look at this, there's a nice dip in prices today. So let's see, 23 cents, very nice. Okay, so I guess what I'm looking at and what I wanted to discuss is how do you maximize these, right? If you are just starting out, you don't have much capital to put into the game, which is really the situation that I'm in with my budget alt account, right? The budget grind account. How are some things that you can take advantage of the fact that you are now starting to get leveled up cards, right? We're not talking about renting leveled up monsters, but I do think it's worth renting leveled up summoners. And one thing I want to call out here is actually how affordable it is, because I hadn't even looked, and I'm considering this now for silver just because I have some leveled up monsters, right? If we go and look at my cards here, and let's just go ahead and look at the rewards cards. For example, I have a level 5 Pelacor Deceiver, level 5 Pelacor Mercenary, right? But I don't have the summoners to be able to play these guys. Level 3, level 4, level 3, level 2, and then, well, here I think I only have a level 2 Jin Chihuahua, level 2 Uraeus, right? So the point that I'm trying to make is if you are in bronze, one way that you can potentially get ahead is by having your your summoners leveled up to take advantage of the fact that you have hopefully been leveling up some of these cheap rewards cards, right? And I say cheap in the sense that they're cheaper than everything else right now. So if you can grab them, and you can grab, even a Venari Heatsmith here. Whoops. Maybe not Venari Heatsmith, but Pelacor Deceiver. Actually, Pelacor Deceiver is just okay. I can't wait until I can play him with Backfire. But, fantastic tank here, flying. You only got to grab 14 to be able to play him at the max level in bronze, right? So 3 attack, has a shield, 9 health, 2 speed, and flying, right? So how can you take advantage of these? Well, let's go ahead to bronze. And if you look at bronze, you'll see that the summoner level limit is 2 for rares. And that's where I'm going to focus on, right? If you want, you can rent some of those legendary summoners. In fact, we can take a quick look here at legendary summoners. But you are going to, well, if you want to buy it, go ahead and buy. But if you want to rent, which is something that I do sometimes for daily quests, in bronze, the problem with bronze is the mana caps are much smaller, right? So it just, spending 7 on a summoner or even 5 can really dig into what you're looking at, into what you're able to do with your monsters. And again, you'll be spending like 13, at a minimum 13 cents a day or 10 cents a day for Shantius the Great. If you go Camilla, hey, more power to you. So let's go ahead and focus on rare. Now you're going to see a lot of the same summoners that we have in the spellbook or the starter deck. And what I want to do is, I actually just found out about this recently, is you can filter for level here. And I know Peak Monsters and some of the other third parties have this already. I didn't realize that they had it in game. I would always go into the actual cards and then look for it up here. But obviously it's not there. And the market still seems to be a little buggy today. So let's go ahead, level 2. And something I just wanted to call out and point out for you guys, right? To get a level 2 Vera is like less than half a DEC, right? And about half a DEC for Kid Yuff. And then if you go with all the ones that are in the spellbook, right? For a lot of the ones that are in the spellbook here, at least from Untamed, I mean, you're spending less than 4 DEC a day. Now, what I recommend, and if you were to get one from every splinter, you're probably going to spend less than 10, maybe less than 15 DEC a day to have leveled up summoners to play your hopefully leveled up rewards cards. Is that necessary to get all of them? Probably not. I would say focus maybe on some splinters that you have cards for, or maybe just rent for specific splinters and focus on that. Again, this is just a strategy that I'm taking in my bronze account. Obviously, water and earth are two big splinters for me in bronze because Mylar is huge and Venari Wavesmith is huge for water. Now, I don't have a Mylar in my account, and as you can see here, Mylar's 44 cents to rent at level 2 and probably about 10 cents to rent at level 1. So at level 1, a level 1 Mylar can still be very good for bronze. But if you want to start taking advantage of the fact that you have some cards leveled up, and hopefully by this point you do, and whether you have leveled up cards that you own or are considering renting out leveled up cards, which is another thing that you can consider, I was just kind of pleasantly surprised to see the rates at which some of these are renting out at, right? Something like a Mother Kala, like to me, that's a staple of a life deck. And now I'll be able to use a Mother Kala with a leveled up, eventually like Jin Renova with a leveled up Venari Crystal Smith. Pyre would be great with a leveled up Lava Launcher. So there's a lot of things that you can do. And so I am still learning about the levels, and I've been in this game for about 2 months at this point. But being in silver has forced me to start recognizing the value of having leveled up cards, right? Strategy is fantastic, but sometimes my best strategy, and I'm not an amazing player by any means, but my best strategy can be thwarted by the fact that I'm just facing cards that are much more or significantly more powerful than mine. So something to consider here, I think that getting level 2 summoners in bronze will probably be a way for you to access and have, have an advantage over many, many opponents who don't have that in bronze and are just playing with the starter deck. Now, if you get leveled up summoners, but you don't have any leveled up monsters, then you're just kind of wasting money. So this is only something you're going to do in conjunction with leveled up cards. And, if we look across the board, not just at summoners, but, let's just look at like level 2 commons. Actually, let's go ahead and level 3 commons. So for example, some of these guys, again, I don't know. Is it worth paying like 4 DEC a day? Probably not. I don't know. That's just my perspective. I really try to minimize renting as much as I can. Now, why am I recommending renting? Well, it's because at this point in time, I'm waiting until Chaos Legion comes out to figure out how to invest in leveled up summoners. So I was looking around the market to see what leveled up summoners would cost, right? And let's go back to level 2 here for bronze. And if you wanted to get crazy with it, for those of you who might be in silver, I mean, you can go all the way up to a level 4 in silver, but you're starting to see these costs or these rental costs really start to go up quite a bit, right? Malark is somebody that I'll use for a fire team and to spend 40 DEC a day, and I don't even have a bunch of good, leveled up fire cards to go with him, it just doesn't make sense. So this is why I'm focusing this strategy primarily for bronze, because I think by the time you get to silver, you know what cards you're using, what kind of decks you prefer and what kind of strategies you're going to go with, and you can start to build up specifically in those splinters. In bronze, though, sometimes it's just a crapshoot. So being able to grab these guys and play some leveled up cards, right? And, the example that I gave here was, where was it? So, for example, this is one of the biggest ones, right? So if you play a level 1 opportunity guy, Serpentine Spy, his speed is level 3, right? Now, when you play him at level 2 or even level 3, because you can max him out at level 3 for bronze, where is he at here? It's not that much more to get a level 3, right? Granted, a level 2. Granted, you get the level 1 for free, so it's like, what, less than a DEC to get level 2. You can see that his speed is already up, right? And speed matters so much in this. And if you're facing fire against fire and these, you have your Serpentine Spy that's going to go against another Serpentine Spy, having a Creeping Ooze or somebody using Pyre versus Malric makes all the difference. So getting that speed built in. And in other cases, right, in other monsters, it's not necessarily going to be speed. In other monsters, it could potentially be health, it could be shield, it could be a new ability that they get. So leveled up makes sense, and it's definitely a benefit. And obviously, the only way that you can access the abilities and the features of these leveled up monsters is to get the leveled up summoners. So this was just something while I was browsing around, I thought I would just hit record and kind of speak to it, because this is a strategy that I'm considering for the alt account. And so I think that it's definitely something worth considering for you if you are in bronze, kind of struggling or just kind of going through and haven't really figured out how to best utilize some of the cards that you may have bought and started to level up. And if you aren't leveling up cards yet, I think for the long term, it's a good strategy to do. I've been talking nonstop about Chaos Legion and how I'm collecting as many Chaos Legion rewards cards as possible to level up, because I think that their prices, and again, not financial advice, but I think that their prices are probably the lowest that we're going to ever see, right? They're still in print. And as you can see, these things are dipping a lot. So again, I'm talking about this range, right? I don't think that we're ever going to see, this might go up and down between the $3.65 and $5 it was a week ago. But that in the long run, once these are out of print, I do believe that we will see the prices rise and it'll get significantly more expensive to be leveling up your cards from there. So that's all I have for you guys today. Again, this is more so just a brainstorming session that I thought I would do live in a sense. And hopefully once I have kind of figured out how I want to approach this with the budget grind account, which is in bronze, I'll probably share with you which summoners I'm looking at. And it might just be even something where I rent those summoners on a need basis only, right? If I have like a quest or something, spending 2-3 DEC isn't bad, because in bronze, even in bronze 2, right, which is where you first start earning DEC, you can start earning significant amounts. And when I say significant amounts, I mean like you can make back that 2-3 DEC investment in a win or a couple of wins, right? So that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully it was helpful. Would love to hear your thoughts. If you are still in bronze, I shouldn't say it that way. If you are staying in bronze, or if you decided to move up to silver, let me know. Again, I mean, I'm in both currently, right? So I'm sorry, I didn't mean for it to come off in any other way. I'm in both. I have one account that is staying in bronze and I have one account that is in silver. And as I've said, silver, I'm getting my butt kicked quite a bit just due to the fact that I don't have leveled up cards, or I'm not able to play my leveled up cards because of leveled up summoners. So something to consider. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I'll see you around the game.